Hello everyone, and welcome to the director's commentary for episode 1 of Thomas's Friends, aka Pilot. I am the creator of this series and this episode, of course, and I'm here to basically just do a behind the scenes of how I made this episode, what's the whole backstory behind it, and just give some little fun behind the scenes stories too. So let's begin. So I guess I'll start with how the series began. Basically, this was just kind of an inside joke with a bunch of friends. I had a bunch of, scripts that were never really going to come out. They were stories I wrote just to be funny and, make jokes about Thomas or make fun of stuff or, make references to other parts of pop culture. And I thought it was kind of fun. And I thought about making this a full series, and I asked them, and they were like, oh, you should go for it. And so I began, and then they all asked about voice acting in it, and that's kind of where this whole series began. And I came up with the name Thomas's Friends because I thought it was a bit different, but it kind of has its own feel, and I feel like it fits the feel of the show. So another thing is the reason there is no music behind the whole opening credits is because I used the Magic Railroad opening credits theme, and I actually private uploaded this first, and it said, if you publicly upload this, you're going to get copyright claimed. So I decided, okay, I'm just going to remove the music, because this is supposed to come out today, because this had the deadline of January 30th of 2021. Classic. I don't know where that came from, but that map is a classic, nostalgic map for the island of Sodor. That sky backdrop is only used on this one set, but it looks so much better than the one. And here we have Thomas. Thomas, who's voice acted by me, as well as the narrator, so it's a little confusing at first, but I kind of changed how the narrator talks in later episodes. Thomas is very narcissistic, as you hear the narrator describe him as. He's very full of himself, but he's meant to be kind of like the everyman straight character who is normal enough to where we can relate to him, him going, what is going on? But also he's funny, and he's meant to just crack jokes and make fun of the situation, but also fulfill parts of the plot. He has main stories a lot of the time, or has a stake in the role. This Bob is playing in the background.
There are many other engines on the railway.
And here we have Percy, who is voice acted by the wonderful Princess Z29, who's been on my channel since the first video I ever uploaded, and she played Percy in some other videos before, and so I brought her back, and once again she does a great job. Percy is very much meant to be a loyal friend to Thomas, even though Thomas doesn't see him that way. And also, as you can see, Percy is very easily scared. I'm very much leaning into that CGI series version of Percy. And here we have Gordon, who is voiced by JPR100JPR, or aka Jonathan. He is a really good voice actor. He's just hysterical, and he does a really great job at giving that extra vibe to Gordon.
Hello, Gordon. How are you?
And there's Edward here. So many characters. Edward, who's voiced by Palin113, who does a really great job of giving that calm but kind of quirky vibe for Edward. And that's kind of the thing. Edward's very normal. However, he also has his quirks. He's kind of a little crazy, but every character is, except Henry in this first episode. And I definitely fixed that by making Henry a bit different. I love this little Wellsworth set. I tried to remake it again for the next episode, but I did change it up a little bit, and I think the new version just looks a bit better. A little quick interaction. That's probably one of my favorite scenes, and it's just because of their performances. Yeah, I really like this set. And here we're at Elsbridge. It does not look like Elsbridge, but it does in episode 2. It definitely looked more like Elsbridge.
Have you seen Thomas anywhere?
There's Henry. He's voiced by Plandon28, who does a really good job as Henry. Henry's very normal in this first episode. I fixed that. He has a tree fetish, as I've joked about it, and
I'll see if I can
he's I needed to add a little bit of crazy in there because every character now kind of needs to just be a little crazy. Yeah, and there's this set again. I like this set a lot. You can tell I used it a bunch. I'll probably remake it sometime. And here we have the very early version of Knapford. This is old Knapford. You can see I did not use this version again. This was my old large version of Knapford. I have a new version now. It looks way better, and I'm still like improving on it and changing things and adding details. This does kind of work out because I knew I was gonna change Knapford, so you can see I put construction signs and like construction equipment in the background, so it does work a little bit. In my universe, Knapford has been rebuilt, and there's James. But of course, Toby, who's played by Arkham X, who's the co-host of the Dum Dums podcast. He's so funny as Toby. We came up with the idea for his voice in a call, and it stuck. Toby is absolutely insane. He makes references to eras where he was not alive, but he thinks he is. You could ask him one day, he'll respond to you that he's either American, British, or Portuguese. It'll change every minute. And we have James, who's absolutely insane, and probably is a drug dealer. That's the joke I'd really like to make fun of a lot.
James.
Got those old express coaches.
Sorry about that. My mailman's yelling at the neighbor's dogs. And yep, here's Thomas coming back along. As you can see, the camera's a bit shaky. This is before I had the tripod for what I used to film, so yeah, I probably should have just waited to use it. But I don't have that shaky cam problem anymore, so that's always nice. Yep, I obviously the characters don't act like this anymore. This is just kind of the setup of the joke for Duck, and I'm sure some of you can point out inspiration for Duck here or there, but I try to make Duck my own. I really thought about not including this joke, but I just like the idea of Toby being able to break the bounds of space and time, so we're just gonna go with that.
Well, I guess this series will be interesting.
Yeah, the clash there. 2011 James and 2003 Thomas. I use James and Edward's 2003 models because they're the ones that aren't broken for me, and also I think they look really nice. Got Legend of Zelda music in here. I rarely like put in non-Thomas music anymore. Like even Kevin MacLeod stuff. I don't really put that in there anymore. And that's episode 1. It's very different from what the series is now already at episode 4. But I feel like this is a good starting point, and I'm still happy with how this turned out. I'm proud. The cast all did really well, and I'm very happy with my performance too. Yep, and the credits, it's an early version of how I did the credits. I do them a lot. They look a lot nicer now. Yep, and there we go. Thank you so much for watching this video. I can't wait to do more commentaries in the future. And remember, everyone, don't be sus. Lol, Among Us, Among Us, Among Us, Among Us, Among Us, Among Us, Among Us.